Welcome back to the Pop 'em, Don't Watch 'em Whiskey YouTube channel. Troy back. Know it's been a few days, but we're coming back with a banger here tonight. One of my favorite series, annual releases, the Blood Oath series. Tonight, Blood Oath Pact 7 in the house. The 2021 release is finished in sauternes casks this year. So, before we get into the review, I want to talk about a few things. Big milestone on the channel, 400 subs. Guys, girls, everybody out there, appreciate the support of the channel. Without you, the channel is nothing. Right now, click the like button, the thumbs up. Every channel, it helps with the algorithm, gets the videos shown, gets it put out to more people. But the channel is growing, 400 subscribers, guys. Can't say thank you enough. Now, to get to those 400 subscribers, big shout outs and big thanks are needed. Number one, the Louisiana Bourbon Collective, supported since day one. This started out as just an information, put it on Facebook for you guys to watch. Now it's blown up on YouTube. First, supporters. That's why I take care of you guys. Second, Jason at Mash and Drum and Scott at My Bourbon Journey. Two great channels. If you have not subbed, please sub to those two channels. Those guys have been instrumental in making not only my channel grow, but other smaller channels, trying to get that growth. They get me on the shows. They've included me in a collaboration, which you'll see soon. Man, those two guys, big shout out to Jason and Scott, my boys. Appreciate all the help y'all have given me. And then I'm going to start something new this week, and this week's going to be the first one. Every video, I'm going to do a shout out. It's a video shout out to a newer channel, even a channel that doesn't necessarily be new, but a channel I'm watching and I think you should go see. This week, my friends, Brandy and Jason over at the Black Bourbon Family. Go check them out. Go hit a subscription. Guys, they are hilarious. They put a new flair, a new spice, a new point of view into reviewing bourbon. You know, you look up how I want to review on this, you see a bunch of white guys. It gets boring sometimes. Go see the Black Bourbon Family. They're hilarious. They're bringing some diversity, which is very important, bringing diversity to the world of whiskey. Brandy and Jason, love you guys. Subscribe, go check out their channel. Now, that's done. On to the good stuff. So, Blood Oath Pact 7. Lux Road Distillers. So, it's going to be interesting what they do now that they've sold to MGP. As we all know, the recipes, the blends, they are never given. These are one-time, one-off blends. The recipes are never given. The maker, the man of those, the creator of those blends, John Rempe. He is the one doing all the blending, all the barrel picking. He does not tell you where it's come from. He picks from taste-wise, could be Barton. I don't know where he's picking them from. He does not disclose that. But John Rempe, certified food scientist. He got his degree in biology from St. Louis University, which is a Jesuit college. I'm a Jesuit high school graduate here in New Orleans, so that was a cool connection with John. Before Luxco, he created soft drinks and fruit drinks for different companies. Joined Luxco, now he is 17 years into it, and this is his baby, Blood Oath. I have Blood Oath 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1 and 2, those are just crazy price on secondary. No way I'm ever going to be able to pay for those. But every one I've had since, they're great. So this year, the Blood Oath Pact 7. So the stats on that, a 14-year rye bourbon, an 8-year rye bourbon, and then a third 8-year rye bourbon finished in sauternes barrels from Bordeaux, France. Sauternes is a white dessert wine. It's very sweet. So let's see what it does to that blend. As always, 98.6 proof. That's blood temperature. That's why those proofs are always there. So as you see, we have the flight set up. We're going to compare it to the cognac finish, the rum finish, and the Cabernet finish. See where it stacks up. On my new barrel stave flight, these could be available soon. Be on the lookout. The Louisiana Bourbon Collective swag store. You might see that pop up from my boy Sterling, putting them together. Keep your eye out. All right, let's get into it. Man. So, when I first opened this a few days ago, I wasn't getting the finish. I was hardly getting that sauternes finish. I just didn't smell the wine, the sweetness. Today, definitely getting it. A little bit of chocolate, but I get a lot of peach on this. Spice, you can smell the spice. Black pepper, a little bit of cinnamon. The orange zest is coming through. But yeah, a lot of spice. And peach. Peach, maybe a little bit of apple, but I get a lot of peach on that. To the Mash and Journey. Jason and Scott, cheers. Wow. So, front end, very sweet. Man, that spice comes in the back. Whoo, fast. For 98 proof. It's got some bite, but good. Good spice. So when I first opened, I was getting a little more chocolate. Still getting that chocolate, but it's turning into like a bitter, dark chocolate with that spice. It's almost like a Mexican hot chocolate. I don't know if you've ever had that, but it's a bitter, dark chocolate with that spice. That pear note's still there in the front, but that dissipates fast because that spice comes in. And on that back end, the very back end in that finish, that's when that sauternes really hit you a little bit. You get a little bit of that grapiness, a little bit of that wine flavor to it. Man, this Pact 7, I tell you what, this one's really good. Yeah, it's crazy how that develops over the palate. From the tongue, very fruity, spice in the mid to back with that dark, bitter chocolate. And the finish is that sauternes, that wine, very grapey. Long finish with such a low proof. You look at the legs on that. Great long legs. You even get maybe a little hint of leather or tobacco, probably from that 14 year on the back end. But, man, the question is, and it is always the question every year, is it worth it to go after Blood Oath? This one was $90 retail, so if you're going to find it between $90 and $120, to me that's an auto buy, and I'm going to tell you why. These are one-off blends. These are special blends that once they're gone, they're gone. There were more bottles, but there's under 4,500 bottles of Pact 7 released. In comparison to Four Roses LE, which there was 13,000 plus bottles a year of that one. So that shows you how rare it is. And stuff like this, you got a guy like John Rempe who puts in the work, puts in everything he has to making these blends. I don't know, it just makes it a little more special to me. You can taste the difference. It's something you don't taste in everything else. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of the Blood Oath series at 90 bucks. Where else are you going to get a 14, an 8, and an 8 blend? Finishing sauternes barrels. Come on. If you got a shot at it, guys, you got to buy it. You know, why not? But let's compare it to the other finishes. Now, let's see, we have the 7, 6, 5. Blood Oath Pact 4 was not finished. That was a straight bourbon, so I don't have that one in here. I wanted to do all the finishes. So, let's start from Pack 3, finished in Cabernet wine barrels. So right off the front, you smell that wine, that mustiness you get from a wine finish, from a red wine finish. Very berry. This one's been sitting, I mean, this almost smells like Cabernet. Tons of spice. If you like Cabernet, right there, I reviewed the Thomas S. Moore Cabernet finish. I think this one's better. This one has a lot more going on. The Cabernet finish is very sweet, little bit of spice, but tons of berries. Name a berry, it's here. Man, that's really good. That has opened up beautifully. Now let's move on to the 2019 Pack 5. This was the rum finish. This one was a big hit. A lot of people like that rum finish. And you can smell it. I mean, on the nose, these are all opening up. I feel like as they open up, the finishes come out a little more. This one, I mean, that rum, that candy sweetness from the rum. I mean, you get cotton candy. I mean, it's so sweet, like candied strawberries. Oh. Same thing on the palate. Whew. That has got a rum kick on the palate. Man. I'll tell you what, this has opened up beautifully. That rum. Whew. That's nice. Last year's huge hit, the 2020 Pack 6 finished in cognac barrels. Anything now finished in cognac or Armagnac, everybody loves the yak. This one was a big hit. This is my go-to. Actually, when I've done this, I'm gonna light me up a cigar with this one. Oh yeah, that grapey cognac, that leather, chocolate. Oh, great noses, man. These noses have really, really developed as air's gotten into the bottle. Oh, man. So this is a lot smoother. I know everybody doesn't like that word, but this one's a little smoother. Not a lot of spice, but that leather, that tobacco, little hint of chocolate, and that cognac grape. It's very hard to describe. Never had cognac. Cognac has brandy in general has a very grapey, this type of grape flavor to it. It's definitely there. Then the sauternes, man, this is going to be hard to pick. And I'll tell you this, if you can't pick out the finishes, put them all together like this, then you really start picking out the individual finishes when you're nosing them together. Man, that's tough. Tough. As far as complexity-wise, 7 takes it. If you like sweet, the rum, man, that's tough. That's tough. All of them are good. Honestly, I'm not even going to pick out a favorite because they're all so different. They all have their own profile. The Blood Oath series, one of my favorites. Guys, if you get the chance, go ahead and get it. Once again, one last time, Appreciate everybody subscribing. Hit the like button. 400 subscribers. On our way to 500, guys. If it's a Blood Oath, it's got a fancy box. It's got a cool little cork. Pop it! Pop them. Don't watch.